Voice of God, page 11. Advaitham. Are we the Brahman? If not, Adi Shankara Bhagavad says that Jivatma and Paramatma, Brahman, are one. That is, he says we are Brahman ourselves. Hiranyakashipu also claimed, I am God. But it so happened that God in the form of Narasimha had to destroy him. When the Acharya says, we are Brahman, is it the same as what Hiranyakashipu claimed? No, not at all. When Hiranyakashipu claimed, I am God, it was an egoistic statement meaning that there was no God other than he himself. But Bhagavad by declaring that there is nothing else other than God, means that we are also God. He says that if the Jivan, individual soul, gives up his ego, he dissolves himself in Brahman and becomes Brahman itself. We are now like a spoonful of water with a little power. God, with infinite power, is like the ocean. The spoonful of water came from that ocean. This spoonful of water has to dissolve the ego that it is a separate entity and mix with the ocean and become one with it. If we are not Brahman, we should be something other than Brahman. If that be so, it would mean that there are things other than Paramatma. In other words, it would mean that Paramatma is one among many things. It would mean that these many things came into existence in a manner unrelated to Paramatma. If so, to say that he is the Paramatma and the Lord of everything will be inappropriate. He is the Lord only if he is the sole power, above everything. When we say that he is everything, can we be different? Therefore, it is not the Advaitis who, for all outward appearance, claim as if with ego, we are Brahman, that belittle the greatness of the Lord. On the other hand, it is those who, with all humility, declare that Jivan is not the Lord. Jivan is small, the Lord is very great. They are different from the Lord inadvertently, make the Lord one among many, and thus minimize his greatness. If it is said that he is everything, we ought to be him also. He who is like the ocean also is the water in the river, in the pond, in the well, in a big vessel, in a small vessel, and a spoon. He has divided his power into small little figures and presents himself as several jivas. He has so designed the order that as a human being, the jiva will experience good and evil, and in the state in which he crosses these limitations, he will become himself. When becoming a man, he gives him a mind and makes it indulge in good and bad deeds and experience the results of the same. When the mind is unstable, we cannot, at one stretch, reach the state where the good and bad are absent and realize that he indeed is ourselves. Therefore, even though he is we ourselves, for us to experience it, we have to pray for his grace. In the beginning, we have to think that we are so small and he is so big, that he is the ocean and we are spoonful of water, and practice devotion to him. It is the mind which the Lord has given us that creates the distinction between him and us. The mind cannot be destroyed in one go. So, in our present state, we should use the mind to fix it on him alone. The mind which he has created is like a monkey. That monkey has caught hold of the body. But the Lord has created this body as one that would decay and perish. This monkey of a mind should give up its grip over a fruit that is decaying. If a monkey spots a good fruit, it will drop the bad one which it is holding. The fruit which is sweet and will not decay is Paramatma alone. We should strive to get hold of that fruit and gradually give up consciousness about the body. It is for this purpose that devotion, puja, pilgrimage, etc. have been prescribed. Evolving higher and higher with these aids, If the body consciousness and ego are totally destroyed, the notion that he is Paramatma and we are Jivatma will disappear, and we will attain the Advaitic state of he being ourselves. This is the state which Saint Arunagirinatha refers to when he says, a state in which you are not different from me and I am not different from you. Let us attain that state and experience it. Advaitham. It is well known that the metaphysics of Advaitam was propounded by Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada. What does Advaitam mean? In Sanskrit, Dvi means two. The English word two has its etymological root in Dvi. The dha in Dvi has become T in two. Although the English word is pronounced as two in the spelling, T is followed by W. W has the pronunciation of V. It is the V in Dvi which has become W in two. Dvi is two. Dvaitam means the idea that there are two. Advaitam means not two. The question is, which are the two in the statement not two? Do we not think there is the Lord, Brahman, and secondly we, the Jivas? There is no duality like this. The only truth is Brahman, and other than Brahman there is nothing. There is no second thing at all besides Brahman. It is that one truth which appears as many Jivas due to the power of illusion. These are all different makeups. Just as an actor appears in different makeups, but the actor is only one. Although there are several Jivas, the Lord is the only one who is inside all the Jivas. Though, in a pragmatic sense, we talk of Paramatma and Jivatma as if they are separate, there is in reality only one Atma, soul. If we attain this knowledge, jnana, by overcoming illusion, we will cease to be Jivas afflicted by various infirmities, but will become what is full, whole, and the ultimate truth. This is the metaphysics of Advaita, which the Acharya has given to the world. Once this experience is gained, nothing like sorrow, desire, enmity, fear, etc., will create bondage for us. It is because we think that there is something other than us that becomes the cause of fear, desire, enmity, etc. We feel bound. This indeed is the bondage of worldly life. When there is nothing other than us, who will be bound or what will bind? Where is such a thing as bondage? There is no second thing at all. How can there be something external to us which will cause bondage? The state in which one gets released from this bondage is mukti or moksham. This state is not to be reached somewhere in Vaikuntham or Kailasam at some time in the future. This can be experienced here and now. Truly speaking, the moksham is not something we gain newly. Brahman, which is limitless, truth is always in a state of moksha, free from all bondage. Just as space is spread all over the universe without limitation, it is also inside our empty pots. From our point of view, we may make a distinction between the two spaces, that which is spread all over and that which is inside the pots, but both are same. If the pot which has a shape and form is broken, both the spaces become one. Similarly, due to the power of illusion, we have appeared as so many individual pots in Brahman, yet we are Brahman ourselves. We do not realize it because of the power illusion has over us. If that is broken, we will get the experience that we are the limitless Brahman. For such an experience to materialize, there are several steps like performance of various rituals, worship, etc. Our Acharya has designed convenient steps for us to move up. Even when we follow these steps, we must have the thought within us that whatever we see is all one. The real experience that everything is one may come in its own time. But from the beginning, we have to develop the thought that this is the truth. Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada has said that we should look at everything as the same. But the confusion arises as to how to look at all life around us as ourselves when they look so different. There are three states: the waking state, the dream state, and the state of deep sleep. In all these three states, the person is the same. The person who dreamt and the person who wakes up is the same. But there is no connection between what happens during dreams and after waking up from dreams. What happens during dream is something and what happens when coming out of the dream is different. Although the experience and mental state are different, the person is the same. Similarly, there is the same one within the several creatures. We must realize that the one is we ourselves. Sometimes we have a peaceful disposition. At some other time we are angry. But by experience it is known that the person in both the states is the same. According to the changes in our dispositions, face, hands, legs, etc., exhibit physical changes. When time takes its toll and the child becomes the old man, the body also undergoes change. When this is so in the life we see in the waking state, what to say of the dream world? From our mind only, various forms, various places, and various circumstances get created. We find that in dreams we do the very things that we do not wish to do. It is clear that in all these contradictory states and experiences, the person is the same. When we are in a state of delirium, we do quite the opposite of what we had done earlier. If we had written a book, we destroyed that book. The person who wrote the book and the one who tore it is the same. This world is also a dream. If it is realized that worldly life is also a kind of delirium caused by a fever called illusion, we will realize that everything is one. We will know that just as we create so many people with our mind during our dream, all the creatures are the reflection of the thoughts of a great mind. If someone destroys our book, we will realize that that person is also ourselves. The person who wrote the book and who destroyed it are in different bodies, but in reality, the two are not different. There is only one thing inside all creatures. If someone beats us, it is wrong to think that someone did it. The truth is that we are beating ourselves. If this is not the truth, there should be something other than the Lord, Brahman. If so, from where did that something come? With what has it been made? Who made it? Such questions arise. There are two categories: we who are sentient and the world of matter which is insentient. We have not created the world of inert matter. Similarly, the world of insentient matter has not created us. How can a thing without the faculty of brain perform any action on its own? Moreover, how can the matter without the faculty of brain create a being with the faculty of brain? Since the world of matter without the faculty of brain has been behaving with discipline and order from times, without beginning, some super brain that is omniscient must have created it and must be regulating it. If it is argued that the omniscient created the world of matter using some other material, the question will arise as to how that material came into being on its own. Therefore, it follows that it is the omniscient that shows itself as the world of matter. Then we are here, the Jivas. Have we appeared on your own? When we see that the different species of creatures have their own unique physical form, characteristics, and pattern of behavior, it is clear that each species could not have come up individually. Therefore, it follows that the entire body of life has been created by one omniscient power. The brain power of a jiva has not come from somewhere. It is clear that it is the handiwork of the omniscient. For the jivas, food, clothing, etc., have to be obtained from the world of matter. Jivas have the various sense organs to enjoy the smell, taste, heat, cold, etc. of matter. This way, the world of living beings and the world of inert matter are interrelated. This is not a relationship which the Jivas created. Did the Jiva plan out that he should get his food, clothes, house, etc. from the world of matter? If he plans, will the world of matter subject itself to his plan? Therefore, it will be seen that the one which is omniscient alone has willed it this way and ordained this relationship between Jivas and the world of matter. If it is assumed that the world of matter was created by one power and the world of life was created by another power, it would not have been possible to create a relationship linking the two. Therefore, it follows that the cause of both is the omniscient alone. When it is said that it created, we have seen that it has not created with a material external to itself. Therefore, the absolute truth is that it is that omniscient which appears as all these. So, there is only one. That one appears as many. It has the power to appear as many. That is what is called illusion, Maya. That the one Brahman appears as many by the power of illusion is Advaitham. The attitude of looking at the whole universe as one should be developed. If everything is one, we cannot be different from others. In this state, even the universe is not a thing which is cognized. That it is the same as the person cognizing it will be experienced. We feel the hand in ourselves. Hand is ourselves. Similarly, the leg and the body. In the same manner, the entire world should become ourselves. If a person develops such wisdom, jnanam, he is indeed the wisest scholar, even if he is otherwise the lowliest. Acharya points this out in his Manisha Panchakam. It is this wisdom that is changeless, blissful moksham. It is a moksham that can be experienced while still in this body. This is that alone. A carpenter made a wooden elephant for use in a temple during festivals. Another carpenter went to examine it. His child too went with him. The child became afraid on seeing the wooden elephant. When the carpenter went near the wooden elephant to examine it, the child screamed, "Oh, father, do not go near the elephant, it will attack you." The carpenter pacified the child by explaining, "This is only a wooden figure, it will not attack," and took the child near the wooden elephant. The child saw the wooden figure as real elephant only. The knowledge that it is wooden has been hidden from the child. It is the child's thought that is real elephant. At the same time, the carpenter was not afraid, even though the wooden elephant was lifelike. The reason is that, as far as he is concerned, the thought that it was real elephant was absent, and he had the knowledge that it is wood. Tirumular, in his Tirumandiram, refers to the perception of the carpenter and his child thus: the mighty elephant has hidden the wood from view. The mighty elephant has hidden itself within the wood. Tirumular was a great master of yoga. He could speak out great truths in an easy way. The verse mentioned above appears in his Tirumandiram. Why did Tirumular mention this story? If we look at the next two lines of the verse, it will be clear. The universe of five elements closed from you, the Creator, the Almighty. The universe of five elements hid itself in Almighty, the Creator. It is through this example that Tirumular makes it clear that just as elephant and the wood are not different, the Paramatma and the universe are not different. This universe is a doll made of the wood which is Paramatma. Just as the child is not able to see the wood in the elephant, we cannot perceive the wood Paramatma in the universe. The five elements have hidden the Paramatma from our view. But for those who have gained spiritual wisdom, jnanis, everything appears as Brahman only. In their case, the elements have disappeared within the wood, Paramatma. It might be asked, why all this story? What we want is comfortable life and the money needed to achieve it. Why bother about the Paramatma and the universe? It might be asked. Let us assume that all people become rich. Will it help in leading a peaceful, fearless life free from anxiety? Have a look at the countries where there are lots of rich people. How much squabbles and lack of peace prevail there? Even if everyone becomes rich, the competition for one to become more rich than another and the resulting problems will be there. It will not suffice if we have the comforts we need. Human tendency is that we desire to possess more than others. Even if it is so arranged that everyone will get everything, there will be competition by each one trying to get it first. I shall give a small example. See this mutt itself. Everyone knows that I distribute Tirtha Prasadam to everyone and then only I will go inside. Even so, do people remain peacefully in a queue and wait for the turn? It is not enough if you get the prasadam but you think you should get it first. Therefore, you push and pull and quarrel and try to come to the front. So long as there is feeling of competition, no one will get satisfaction. This competition will not be reduced by creating more comforts. If competition is to be eliminated, the wisdom should dawn that there is no second thing with whom or with which to compete. Then only we can live a life of peace and contentment. Therefore, instead of raising questions about the need for such wisdom, what we have to always engage in is spiritual pursuit. If we are not to acquire as it where the world sorrows, the thought that this world is not what we think it to be. This is the embodiment of Shivam, the Almighty Creator. The two are not different. The wood is elephant, the world is Brahman. Should be constant. If this knowledge, jnanam, is not gained, whatever economic development may be achieved, it would mean that the world remains in darkness. We should never slacken our efforts to attain the light that will drive away the darkness. It does not matter even if the sun were not there. We should never allow this light of wisdom, Jnani, to desert us.